So hello everyone. So today we're gonna be talking about our Monster Bear Osmosis lab, and today is gonna be a very different type of lab. Normally we have been doing virtual labs where you have been able to play maybe a video game about the cell, or you have explore every little thing, every other concept in a digital way. But today we're gonna try to do our first real life distance learning science lab. And I'm going to be sending you something like this. That will actually is exactly like this. I'm going to actually send you this PowerPoint so you can actually edit it. As you can see, you cannot change the background. You can only change where it says your text here. So for example, my name is Miss Oliveras, and today's date is November 13, 2020, and my email is eoliveras2 or at Prover Bilingual School, PR.com. That is my email. And something like this you're gonna be doing, but with your name, your last name, the date that you're doing this presentation, that you're doing your lab, and your email. So don't worry, this is the only place you can actually edit. Let's say that something happened and you touch that and you delete it and now you cannot write anything there. Oh no. Well, that is simple. You just go to insert, text box, and write it there. You're just going to put it back there and then write your name. There you go. And you just wrote your name. So don't worry if you miss something. You can just go to insert again, go to text box and just write anything you wish. Our second slide, it is our purpose, and this is the purpose of this lab. It is to observe the effects of osmosis on a gummy bear. The materials that you're going to be needing are 3 containers in similar size, equal amount of water, some labels so you can know which water was what or what container has what. And those labels, you can do them with just a little piece of paper. Maybe you can stick it with a little piece of adhesive tape, or maybe you can just put it around on the bottom of the container. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that you know which container is which and that it has a label so you don't mix them up. The other thing that you're going to be needing is some salt and 3 gummy bears. Now, I have found that the best salt for this experiment is just pure white salt. Um, and the best gummy bears, well, they all depend. You have some that are very good with them, some are so-so. I'm going to show you a picture if I can. I'm just going to upload some of the pictures that I have done from this experiment so you have an idea of what you have to do and what it's going to look like. The other thing you're going to need is a ruler. In the next slide, you're going to do a hypothesis. For example, right? Says read the lab and create your own hypothesis. What do you think is going to happen to the gummy bear in the plain water, in the salt water, or in the no water? So again, all you have to do is right there where it says your text here. You're gonna click it, double click it. I just double click it there, so I can use it all completely. And then I'm gonna write, I don't know, I can write anything like the the gummy bear left in plain water will swell. You can also think that the gummy bear in that is left, right? Um, left, left in salt. Water will now, and any of those can shrink. I don't know which one this was, right? Then maybe this one will shrink. It depends of what they're going to be having. So what is the procedure? What is it that we have to do? Well, the first thing that we need to do is put the labels on our container as plain water, salt water, in our control group with no water at all. Next, you're gonna fill, you're just gonna pour some pure water or plain water and some salt water into another container. And you don't need a lot of water, just enough to barely cover that gummy bear. That's all you really need. Then you're gonna add the salt to the one that said salt water. You're gonna mix it all well, and you're gonna stir it until no more will be dissolved. So as soon as you can see some particles there, you're gonna stop and try to mix it as best as you can. So it will be nice and salty, but at the same time, you're not gonna be pouring so much salt into it that you're gonna have a gummy bear and salt with it. So just be mindful. You don't need a lot of salt for this. And then you're going to measure each of the gummy bears. You're going to measure the length with your ruler, the width, and the thickness of your gummy bear. Once you have that, you're going to write that on your table. And then you're gonna proceed to put one gummy bear in each of your containers. In the one that says no water, that is your control group. That one's gonna just leave that gummy bear there. The one that said plain water, just gonna drop one there. And in the one that says salt water, you're gonna drop another one there. Now, and again, you don't need too much water, and also you don't need a lot of time. That is something that I have seen. You're gonna need approximately 2 hours or so to do your experiment. If you need more time or you want to wait more time, you can do that. But remember to record the time that you started and the time that you took the gummy bear out to make your measurements. So after the 2 hours, or roughly your 2 hours, you're gonna carefully remove each gummy bear from the container using a spoon. So you'll be very, very gentle. You can place it maybe in a white towel, kitchen towel, right? So it won't do a mess or anything like that. Then you're gonna measure again your gummy bears after it. All three gummy bears, you're gonna measure them. You're gonna just measure them and record it on your table. Now this is your table where it says text. You're going to, and this one moved a little, sorry. So where you said text is where you can write. So for example, here you can say no water, and you're gonna tell me what color was your gummy bear, the length, the width, and the thickness, just like we saw in the previous slide there, before the experiment and after the 2 hours of the experiment. Then you're gonna put down on plain water and salt water, and so on and so on. So we know, so I will know what is it that you saw and the difference. After that, you're gonna do an analysis. You can say in your own words, you're gonna describe factually what happened. I don't know, maybe the gummy bears got shiny, got translucent, even more translucent than they are. Maybe they got big, maybe they got small. Maybe, I don't know, they dissolved completely. If you go with that, just write down what happened to all your gummy bears. And in the last part, we have a fill the blanks. Now, this is what will be the perfect experiment will happen exactly this. Now, not necessarily it's going to happen the same way to everyone. Some of the gummy bears may be more sugar than gelatin and they may dissolve a little bit. But as you saw today in our class, I showed you what I have done and how they would sort of look like. And you can use any gummy bears. You can use any type of gummies. They just have to have gelatin in them. So you do this experiment. For example, I did them also with gummy bears. I also used gummy sharks. I also used mini gummy bears and even gummy pizza. So then you're going to fill your blanks. For example, this one says, why did that happen? Is that it has to do with a process called, and we're talking about what? Osmosis. So you're just going to click your text there. Osmosis. And again, you're going to keep reading and writing down what you think the best answers for those are. You're going to have your answers right there. And you're just gonna fill the blanks with it. There are 2 pages. So let's read it. It says, why did it happen? It has to do with a process called osmosis. Imagine the gummy bear is a real living thing. It would be made up of tiny living units called, what is the tiniest unit of a living thing? A cell. Each cell is surrounded by a membrane. And then you're going to continue reading and you're going to continue writing down what you think are the answers. Once you have finished both of your fill the blanks, you're just going to save your file. You can save it as browse. And here maybe I can say my name, Erica Oliveras 72, and save it. And just send me back that file through the email. That's all you have to do. That's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoy your lab. Please send me that PowerPoint back. I also gonna be sending you guys a PDF format just in case for those people that are having a trouble and maybe you don't have PowerPoint or you don't have anything to open up your presentation and edit it. Maybe you want or you prefer just your plain PDF file. You can do that. You can print it. You can write it down with your pen and paper and just take pictures of it and send it to me back as a PDF format. Remember that this has more than one page. It has to be all in one file. So if you're gonna send it to me, you can go like File, Save As, Browse, and when it says Save Type, you just go to PDF and save it. And you're just gonna send me that to my email. If you have any questions or doubts, please feel free to contact me through WhatsApp. And I hope you enjoy your lab and your weekend. See you in our next class.